welcome along and welcome back to Attingham Park. Today we are going to be finishing off, well, the two fields here. So field 31 and 32, we need to get all of the silage bales wrapped here and delivered. Because as you can see, we are getting deeper and deeper into the red. Incredibly though, today is a perfect storm. So we've got this to do. We need to get these bales done and wrapped. On top of that, though, the price for our soybeans has peaked. It's sitting at 2,141. You can see it's just beginning to drop. Now we're expecting a big drop into next month. So we've got to get our soybeans done today. The trouble we have is we have no way of loading them at the moment. So as we can't actually load them and get them done, we've got to complete this contract first before we can do that, which is slightly annoying. So we're going to be getting that done. On top of that, in the shop, this has come up. It is a New Holland 8340, 125 horsepower, perfect for the fourth tractor that we want for the farm, and we don't have the money to buy it yet. So the hope is that we're going to earn enough money from doing some bales to sort out the soybeans and get that tractor. But we're going to have to see how we go. Certainly we should get enough to sort the soybeans. Then if we can sell the soybeans, we should have enough to buy the tractor. That's if the tractor's still there. So, question is, at the end of this video, are we going to have sold the soybeans and have a new tractor? Or is everything going to implode? Well, you'll have to stay tuned and find out. We have a lot of bales on these fields. It's looking fairly good for completing contracts. What worries me is if we get field 42 and 31 completing ahead of 32. 32 is the one we need to complete in order to start getting cash in. Without 32, we can't set the mower doing 42, and we can't actually get the loading equipment we need for the soybeans. Ideally, what we want is to get a conveyor belt to do the soybeans. If we can do that, we're going to have a much easier time of it. But if we have to do it with a bucket on front of the little Ford, we can. My biggest worry about that is that it's not going to reach. So yeah, we could get a bucket for that and it not reach, and that just be horrible, and we've got no other use for the bucket. So I'm very much thinking I want to hire a set of conveyor belts to load that up, and with any luck that will work. So we'll see how that goes. All in all, though, it's one of those days where we're just trying to get stuff done as quickly as possible. Get this field all wrapped up, I think, and we'll then worry about field 31 getting wrapped once we have got some deliveries going and we know exactly where we stand. It's gonna be one of those things where things start to come clear the moment we deliver our first set of bales from this field to the sell point. We've got a 1 in 3 chance that the right field will have these bales put against them. So we'll see how it goes. But it could still go so horribly wrong. And I'm hoping it's not going to. Coming up to our final bale that we need to wrap on field 32. Actually, no, this is field 31. Final bale we need to wrap on field 31. These are all going. I've got all confused now. Which one is it that we need to complete? We need to complete details on field 31 to complete. We're hoping field 31 will complete, not field 32. Field 32 completes, we have got a problem. So, yeah. Field 31, the one that we are currently wrapping. We want this field to complete. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this over here and stop there. And just let that roll in. And we're going to pop up to the farm and the shop and go and grab ourselves the stacker. So rather than having to drive all the way back, I decided to hold on to the fence here so that we would be able to come and use it to pick bales up. It's faster than our other one as well. Faster than our little Ford 7810. So we should be able to go round, get bales picked up fairly quickly. I've got to avoid the odd shaped or the smaller bale that we mistakenly made first. I think it's the one over by the... yes, it's the one that's sitting over here by the hedge. Actually, on the next kink. This one should be fine. But, yeah, that one there, right in front of us in the middle of the screen right now, that is smaller than all the others. So that's going to have to remain on here and be pretty much the last bale we take. Oh, there we go. That was close. Then we should be okay. We've got 20... I think we worked out last time that this actually takes 28 bales, which is twice the amount I thought it did. So I thought it took 14 when we did the smaller field, but nope, turns out it takes a lot more than that, and we should be good. So we'll get all of the bales collected up here on field 31, and we'll take them down to the sell point and see if we actually end up with completing field 31, which is the best case scenario for what we're trying to do here this morning. So actually it's 24 bales. We need to get the last two on here. One and just this one. There we go. So full bale trailer, 24 bales. Should be enough to complete this field. So let's fold that back up, hit the road and head down to the animal market. And fingers crossed, this is going to complete field 31. And arriving at the animal market, yeah, Attingham Livestock Services. We want to deliver these bales to here. And we learnt from our last time we did this, we need to have this bale trailer well inside this sell point in order for it to actually unload all the bales in the right place. So we'll back right in. We'll make sure the bale trailer is well inside. So I'm going to put my wheels on the crate this time. And we'll unload this, and so fingers crossed, everybody, this is going to do field 31. If it doesn't, we've got a much bigger hill to climb today. And no! Of all the contracts it could complete, it completes field 32. And then the second set of bales have gone for field 42. That's disastrous. Field 32 is the worst field that could have completed, next to field 42. So, right, we have to come up with a second plan, because we need to get the rest of the bales off field 32 for a start. So we need to get those all wrapped up and delivered. The fact that it's then doing field 42 before we've cut even a blade of grass on it is fairly awful as well. I don't know how we're going to do this now and do everything. It's a little bit of a disaster. However, I have an idea, and we'll see what we can do. Okay, so I've had a thought about this. We will get the rest of these bales off this field here and complete well, all of the wrapping we need to do. Let's drop that bale off there. And then I think I'm going to go and look and see if there's another contract we can pick up. So let's have a look in here quickly. Baling contracts, we are looking for a silage bale contract. So that would be a silage bale contract we could use. That would do it. That is Tedder. I need something that is silage. No, that's not going to be a good silage contract to get. Neither is that. That's Tedder. That's Tedder. Tedder. Silage bales, but we know that setup doesn't work at all. And that is dry it with a Tedder. Oh, that would be a good setup for what we want to do. It would cost 1,400. So the only real Tedder setups we've got, or sorry, the only real silage bale setup we've got is this one here. It wouldn't cost too much. We get 2 tractors with it, and it does have that fairly awful one there. But if that's the crosscut, we should be able to do it. So, yeah, we might have to take on the contract on field 4 and use that equipment and complete field 32 to get us the extra. It's not ideal. I would like to have got all of the contracts done together, but at the moment I see no way for us to get extra money in without completing the contract on field 42 as well, which is annoying. Well, we can. Do you know what? We can actually partially complete the contract on field 42. We just need enough bales to finish field 31. It basically means, I think that the trouble we have is it basically means we are not going to be able to get that tractor. That 8340 will not be there all day. I think it actually turned up during the previous game day, and as a result, yeah, we just can't. We just have no way of getting the money together for that. We'd have to sell the soybeans to do it, and it's just not possible. Final bale to wrap. That is the whole of field 32 done. We want to get these collected up and delivered. I want to go and drop this tractor and wrapper off down at field 42 first, though, because yeah, that's where we're gonna have to go and work next. It has just turned midday, so the hope is that we are gonna be able to smash through field 42 today, and we'll see where we end up after that. Oh, it's heart-wrenching to be so close and yet so far. We've got more bales on here than will fit on a single trailer, which is good news. But we are going to have to pop back here and grab those last, well, I say last 4. That'll take 2 trips because one of them is that smaller sized bale. However, we do have a good number of bales off here now. That's 48, 49, 50, 52 bales in total off that field. That's of those 2 fields. That's really good. I don't know how close this is going to get to finishing field 42. It certainly is going to get nowhere near finishing field 31. One thing that's for certain is by the time we finished field 42 on here, we are going to be rolling in money. The fact that we are able to sell, so we're going to be able to sell majority of what is on field 42 is just insane. It's not going to take much to finish field 31, so that's the thing. It is just going to be a massive profit of 42. It's probably enough to buy an 8340 outright. But yeah, look at this. We are already up to 30% of field 42 completed. Yeah, 35%. So we're more than a third of the way through field 42, what we need to deliver for it. So from that point of view, it's a little bit of a silver lining, and we still have bales to go and pick up off that field. So I'm going to go and grab those. We're then going to head down to field 42 and start doing some mowing, I think. So I popped back to field 32, picked up 3 bales, and we've headed down to field 42 where I've got the rest of my equipment, and we can start doing some mowing. Turn that off. As I thought, the smaller bale would not go on there with the bale loader. Would not go on the bale loader with the larger ones already on there. So there's that. I had a lot of comments about what's happening with this, and it seems to be with to do with the stop-go braking. And if you're using a keyboard or controller, it seems to work fine. It tends to be when you use a wheel and you're using shifting gears and things. It tends to have an issue around that. So just to be warned, if you're using a wheel with the Vermeer baler, self-propelled baler, it can be a little bit of a pain, as we found out last video, and you might need to maybe adjust your gearing setting. I think we might have a go with that and adjusting the gearing settings on it when we come to use it on here in a bit. First though, we've got this very large field, and I was so hoping to do follow me on this and make this job a lot easier on ourselves, but unfortunately it's not to be. And if we're going to get these contracts completed, it's going to be a actually I'm going to start the other way around because it'll make more sense. It's going to be a contract that we end up doing completely manually ourselves, and then we won't make this mistake again, and make sure that next time we end up doing a field first to get ourselves with the right setup. So turn it all on, drop it down, and away we go once again. Cutting this field actually isn't going to take that long. We are about a quarter of the way around our second headland, and yeah, it's going quick. It's one of the reasons why I really like this mower. The downside is that we have to use that baler in a moment, and that is what is going to take the time. That is what is gonna cost us, in fact, the time to get that done. And why I was hoping to be able to put it on follow me, because, you know, not losing the time to that would have been really useful. But that is not the way things have gone, and we are just basically gonna try and relax and work our way through this, get done what we get done today, and if we end up having to sell our soybeans at a slightly lower amount next game day, well, that's the way it goes. I mean, that's how things work. I'm having wonderful trouble in cab trying to keep exactly where I should be on this. I think we might use the GPS going up and down the field, and make sure that we get some nice straight lines for that final or for the rest of this. As I said though, it is nice and quick, this piece of kit, and is giving us a fairly easy ride of it for this. In fact, no, I'll set up the GPS in a minute once we come back, but I think this is a fairly good line at sort of 211 degrees to go down the side of the field here. So yeah, we can straighten things up along those sort of lines, and head down here for that. I think though you should get this field baled today. It's about as much work as it was for 31 and 32. It is just going to be that we're going to have to circle around with that baler all the time to try and get the bales dropped off without having to do all the really difficult reversing maneuvers that Vermeer baler doesn't like when you're using a wheel. So with the headlands done, we're going to try and line ourselves up to 31 degrees. Should be about right. So there. There. Actually, easiest way to do this is to bring up my menu here, and we will set this to A+ heading. We'll do that. Our heading is 31 degrees. That looks about right, but is missing out a section at the edge. So let's send that all the way out to there. That means there'll be a little bit of overlap on this first row, but otherwise we should be good. Head ourselves straight, and yeah, away we go. Oh no, turn it on, drop it down, and yeah, there we go. Waiting for the rear ones to drop, and off. And this should give us... Oh no, it is just going to miss a little bit of that bulge, but that's okay. We've missed about the same going around other parts of the headland. With GPS working, it's a nice, calm, easy mow now, which is quite good. It is coming up to 5 PM though, which is going to make it very hard for us to complete any of this today. I think we're probably going to be selling off the soybeans next time. As much as that pains me, I would really, really love to have sorted all of that out. How about on in the shop? It's still there. I doubt it's going to be there tomorrow, but yeah, it's still there at the moment. There's an outside chance it could remain long enough for us to buy it. But at the moment, certainly, we are not in a position where that will be the case. Set that up. Right. Do that and go forwards and down and set our cruise control going again. I'm going to drop the cruise control down to about the 14-15 miles an hour we're doing. Yeah. And then at the ends, we should be able to turn fairly smoothly, get ourselves back on our line, and cut through the rest of this. I think I was going to say I think I'm about halfway through the field, yeah, no, not quite. This field has quite a big bulge out to the left-hand side of where we are at the moment. It's quite disconcerting or quite misleading. Because you look at this side here and you think, oh, wow, we've got quite a long way across. And you look at the end and go, oh, we're not far from the end. And then it just sort of bulges out over that way and almost doubles the size of the field. It's, yeah, it's really, really misleading. But we are a good way through it. We're nearly halfway through the contract overall. We're at 43% as it stands at the moment. And yeah, I'm not expecting that to get really above 50% with us doing the mowing. And until we start delivering some more bales, I don't think we're going to get really more than about 50%. But we are making good progress. It is getting later in the evening though. So we'll see how much longer the sunlight lasts. In July, we maybe have another hour of mowing that we can do today. It is coming up to 7 o'clock and we have completed the main part, well, the bit that's sort of non-bulgy on this field. And yeah, we've made good progress. We've not made as much progress as I would have liked today. But we have made some good progress. As far as our tractor goes, it is still sitting there. It may still be sitting there tomorrow. We will have to see. I doubt it. I think the 8340 may be beyond our grasp. But we are not a million miles away from a massive payday. So it may not matter anyway. All in all, though, I think this is where we're going to leave it for today as we hit 7 in the evening. So all that remains is for me to say
Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.